Hey everybody, Matt Barton here, your principal broker with this week's Broker Minute or Two. Hey, been fielding some questions in regards to some information that's been communicated recently from UtahRealEstate.com, MLS, and that is in regards to a change to days on market. And so I wanted to tackle some of those things and kind of get ahead of the curve. This policy change doesn't actually take place until February 1st, and we'll talk about that here in a second. And just by way of quick background, the reason why we had days on market versus continuous days on market was because over the years we found that people had been gaming the system and pulling their property off the MLS and putting it back on, just turning it active and not active, and then resetting the days, and that was misleading to the public, and we are not supposed to mislead the public as realtors. And so that's why that change was made. So that brings us forward to today. As of February 1st, UtahRealEstate.com, there will no longer be a CDOM designation. So begs the question, well, wait, what happened about being concerned about the public? And I wanted to talk, as we talk through this, I think it will all make sense. So let me just show you a graphic on my screen. To the new change, there will only be one field. It will now be just days on market. And I think this actually adds some clarity, and it also still provides for some hedges against people who want to try and game the system and show their property as new when it's not really new. So on the one side of the screen, it talks about when days on market actually carry over. So in that situation, the main criteria is it has to be within 30 days, day 27, 28, 29. If it gets past day 30, then a whole new set of rules apply. But if it's within those 30 days, if you have the same listing agent or another agent in the same office, it's going to continue to count the days on market as if nothing had happened. Okay, but if you go over 30 days, or when the listing is listed with a new brokerage office. So in our situation as Remax Associates, if somebody had a property listed in Layton and then somebody down and it expired and it was listed by somebody in the Pleasant Grove office or St. George office, the days would start at 0. And in the particular case, we have listings that are showing as to be built or under construction. And once they get a C of O, then it's an existing home. That would also be a situation where the days would zero out and start over because it's a different class of listing. So hopefully that makes some sense. I think the important thing for us to remember internally is this policy comes into place February 1st. So I had a couple of agents already ask me about this. If you go backwards from February 1st, if you had a listing that was expired or canceled on January 1st, then come February 1st, it would, and you relisted it, it would, even if you were the original listing agent, it would show as 0 days on market. But you have to cross that 30-day threshold in that situation. So even though the rule doesn't take effect until February 1st, when it does take February 1st, they will go back and count the 30 days. So if you're somewhere in that boat and you want to start the calendar ticking, you might want to do that now, because once February 1st comes, that will be available so long as you've hit the 30 days. All right. So I've also had this question. And there's a myriad of reasons why people want to do this. One of the reasons, I'm just going to throw out there, my understanding is that on Zillow listed properties, if there is a new MLS number, it refreshes on Zillow. Well, with this new system, not only does it refresh on Zillow, it refreshes on our own MLS. So I don't know if there's, and we syndicate, right? We IDX feed to Zillow because they are a registered brokerage and they're entitled to that data. So it doesn't really gain anything anymore for Zillow. All right. But there are other business reasons why people want to take a property off the market. There could be an illness in the family. There could be some updating being done, some remodeling, whatever the case may be. And so if they're going to do that, why not get bang for the buck and show new days on market, because the property has changed substantially. And so this is what this is geared towards. So the question I have had is, well, if I have a listing right now, if I cancel it so that the days start ticking, well, there's a possibility that somebody could come in, another agent, another brokerage could come in and list the property. That's true. But guess what? There's a solution for that. And it's, I'm not going to go into all the details here for time, but if you have an existing listing, right, currently, you could put an addendum to that that says something to the effect of, this listing, the first one, will be canceled upon execution of the second listing. And in the second listing, which would come into play as soon as the new one is executed, the other one is canceled, the new listing would have verbiage in there that says the effective date of this listing, not the sign date. So the contract is binding based on the day that it was signed. The effective date when we start marketing the property could be at some point 30 days after. That way you don't put yourself at risk for losing a listing that you've been working hard on. And for if you have the business need and the business reason for doing this and starting your days at zero again, there's a way to cover that contractually so you're not putting your listing at risk. I hope that helps you guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and have a great week.